We could be shipping Okarun with Gege right now,
but we're not, and that's kind of odd if you think about it.
Last time we talked about why gay ships happen. This time, let's talk about why they don't.
Dandadan gives us something rare. A canon romance that actually works.
Remember this? No? I know you remember this.
We came to the answer that when women are written poorly, they make for boring-ass love interests.
Unlike the lead's usually male rival, who's given real depth and agency in the plot. My main example back then was Naruto and Sasuke, two characters whose bond lives at the center of the story, where the two designated love interests, Hinata and Sakura, are no more than window dressing. Now I want you to imagine if that wasn't the case. Imagine... Here we have high schoolers Momo and Okarun. Momo believes in spirits, Okarun believes in aliens. Each one thinks the other's full of shit. That's until they realize that both of their beliefs are actually all too valid. And oddly sex-coded. It's here that I think Dandadan solves the first problem that would hold its designated ship back. Momo and Okarun aren't just some milquetoast boy-girl couple that bicker about nothing. They're at odds in their core interests and beliefs. The fact that both cryptids and spirits are real threats in the show proves the story considers both its male and female leads valid. It means that they both are able to give each other guidance and leadership of each side of the supernatural, because the two sides represent their duality. The same balanced teamwork that they learn to rely on to survive the plot is also the rock their relationship is built on. Their character arcs literally depend on them understanding and trusting each other better. Okarun is meek, awkward, and struggles to express himself. Momo is brash, disagreeable, and struggles to connect with others. Now, even if they're subversive as characters, their situations are ones we know well. Okarun is a social outcast, bullied by his peers. Momo yearns for the chivalrous kind of man you only see in movies nowadays. After she defends him from bullies, Okarun misunderstands her favor and starts trying to get her into his fanatic cryptid obsession, to which she harshly rejects him.
There's no chance we'll ever be. That was mean.
After this, she apologizes for being rude and opens up about her belief in ghosts, which he harshly rejects right away. It's here that they're finally on even ground and start seeing eye to eye. Ironically enough, they don't start connecting because Okarun yapped at her indirectly or because Momo did him a favor. It's when they start to compete in their perspectives on the world that they actually build a friendship, because you can't compete with an opponent without validating them first. We aren't watching Momo pine away at Okarun from a distance with no awareness of his feelings. We know exactly how both of these characters feel about each other. It's watching them organically explore that over time that makes their story feel so damn good. Another point is that the writing actually understands relationships. It doesn't treat romance like an afterthought, even if it doesn't chase it either. It allows romance to exist as a natural element of the story. Unlike other shows that often interrupt their own plot to introduce a romantic side story that we couldn't care less about, the truth is that a truly romantic relationship isn't the hollow gestures and affirmations we're shown in social media or fiction. They're two people who are insanely great friends and happen to be attracted to each other. What makes the romance and Dandadan feel earned is that the companion love is built up intentionally. Too many times we're forced to play dumb and assume that two characters with no apparent chemistry or even friendship will just make a good couple once the author wills it so.
What are you doing? I don't know what to do with these feelings, Jerry.
As much as we like to think that something being canon truly matters in the end, the truth is that it doesn't at all. The ending of the JJK manga is canon, but let's be real, almost nobody that still looks back on it fondly connected with the ending. What matters is the connection we make with the story when we give it the privilege of being perceived. Our shared understanding of this stuff matters so much more than we give credit. Sure, Kishimoto can wait until the finale to write that Naruto was the reincarnation of Ashura and destined for greatness all along. But that's not the reading of Naruto we really connected with up until that point, because it wasn't actually present in the story till the author willed it. Or since we've been on the note of gay ships, an author can tell us insert character was queer all along, but that doesn't matter unless we really connected with that interpretation when we enjoyed the story. It's the same reason why people enjoy the Naruto Sasuke ship or the reading of Gojo and Geto as lovers, even if that one's a bit more than implied. It's what we feel as the story unfolds that matters. That's why I value reading your feedback and watching videos that show these perspectives on the material, like No Actually's analysis on why Gojo and Geto is actually canon. Of course, as much as I can glaze Dandadan for being subversive and refreshing, it still falls into its fair share of...
Hey Portal, what's up? I wanted to ask, basically, alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and spit it out already, I like you!
Cliches. Now, I mentioned earlier that Dandadan is oddly sex-coded, and that wasn't just a throwaway joke. There's symbolism here that I think tells us a lot about the story. Momo and Okarun are constantly standing at parallels. The threats of Dandadan are half spirit and half cryptid. They're also unfulfilled, trying to connect with people from their own social fringes. Momo struggles with love, Okarun struggles with friendship. Momo disbelieves cryptids and Okarun disbelieves spirits. They both get essayed in the first episode by warped images of femininity and masculinity. Actually, let me elaborate on that one. The aliens that want Momo's banana are a male species that has lost its own biology to the point that they've lost all feelings and emotions. The spirit that steals Okarun's weenie, Turbo Granny, is a vengeful female spirit targeting men as revenge in places where women have gone missing or been hurt. Momo clashes with aliens and Okarun with spirits, two problems they initially refuse to acknowledge, ailing the other. It's in this acknowledgement that they start to reckon with each other's worldviews and finally connect. Okarun, after being rejected by his male peers and overlooking humans for the friendship of aliens, starts to consider Momo as a valued peer and friend. Momo sees Okarun and his invisible loneliness and unknowingly gives him the chance to grow into the kind of person she can love. That's why her movie crush's name and Okarun's real name are both
Ken Takakura.
a golden coincidence. I think the symbols and metaphors are there to show us that the core of disconnection between men and women isn't just the issues that plague either one, even if some are born of others. It's perception. In the end, seeing is believing, and even if a lot of us don't believe in each other right now, we can put in the work to see each other. That's where understanding, harmony, and intimacy can actually be born.
Sure, we can Rule 34 ourselves into ships of any character.
Gege and Okarun or Ira and Momo are no exception.
I hope I'm using that term right.
That said, I'm not telling authors to write women well because gay ships in media are something I take issue with.
Though there is a deep irony in knowing that those who would have a problem probably won't write them better anyway.
Dandadan gives us something we almost never see in anime. Two characters with equal footing and actual chemistry. Maybe that's the key. We don't ship alternatives when the story already gives us a love story worth rooting for. We ship when it doesn't. When the story forgets to make the girl interesting or forgets to give the guy emotional depth. But when the romance is the story, when it evolves alongside the plot and drives real character growth, then we don't need to ship. We just need to watch.
But what do I know? I'm just a voice on the internet.